Hello again, everyone. This is Joe Henches with Beyond the Chart, and this is a stock chart update on Melco Crown Entertainment, Qihoo 360, and YouKu Tudou. All right, we're going to start off with Melco Crown Entertainment. This is one we were in on a trade idea. We got stopped out at this point down in here. In all honesty, I'll talk about this on Sunday, but held the trade too long. In my opinion, and we'll talk about it more. But let's talk about where we are right now. Let's see, what is today? Okay, so this was the 16th, which was Tuesday. So Tuesday got that reversal bar when we broke down below here and then closed back above that low in there with a huge capitulation volume, 16 million shares. Okay, and then you get the nice day yesterday. Rallying up again, nice good volume, well above the 50-day moving average. And I think today is when we broke this trend line on the RSI. You see that up here. The thing that's interesting about what's going on here with Melco is the bullish divergence that's happening at these 3 points. They're not going to lower points. Now, look at this back here where it sold off back in here. And a similar type thing started happening, but the RSI was not in oversold territory. It wasn't down here, okay? I think that's the difference. I prefer and would rather see divergence in oversold and overbought areas, or at least have one of them in that territory. So I feel better about this in terms of what's developing here. And when we look at seeing the same thing on DI minus, it did not continue to strengthen the negative side, the selling pressure, and the buying pressure did not continue to weaken. It's starting to strengthen now and crossing up and approaching, looks like they're going to cross. And the demand index is very nice, bullish divergence showing up in here. So it's starting to paint a nice picture. The only problem is you've got these moving averages. I mean, it's this trend is pretty solid to the downside. So this is a counter trend move. You're basically starting to look at, okay, trying to get in at the turn is what you're doing. Now, if that's too risky, and I'm just saying this as ideas, the other way is to wait till the trend line till like the 10 crosses above the 21. That's a little bit safer. There's never any guarantees. It did it here, and then it still collapsed. The trend line was the trend was still down. But I do think, given the divergence we're starting to see on this leg, the kind of action we're starting to see, what I'll be looking for is to make it a little bit stronger. I'll be looking for 2 consecutive closes above the 10. Okay, we didn't get that close today. And on Saturday, I think I'll talk about Las Vegas Sands, which acted and looked stronger than Melco did today. So I thought we were going to get it. I mean, it was looking really, really nice, really strong, pushed all the way up in here, broke this trend line down in here, kind of a sharp trend line. But anyway, Melco's, you know, it's trying to turn, and it's starting to look pretty good. But we're not quite there yet. Qihoo 360 is continuing in the strong downtrend that it has here. And again, I think we're in this very large corrective action that's been going on since the 1st of March. We talked about this before. We broke this major trend line here. I am not seeing any bullish divergence showing up at all. Okay, there's nothing down in here in this last move. And that's the way it's showing on all the indicators. The selling pressures continue to push higher. The demand index a little bit, but still that's not bullish divergence, but it's pretty oversold. I mean, that's the only other thing, is this pretty strongly oversold down here, and it is starting to get into where it got previous support before, right in here. Let me show you. So that's a little bit of alert. Now, if it were to break down through this, like you know, what is the low here? Low 74. If it were to close below 74 or close below 75, you know, you got a pretty good shot that it's going to probably continue plummeting. But right now, it looks like it's starting to get some support. Let's see what the volume looks like. And the volume's dropping off, which, yeah, it's hard to read. It could mean that the selling pressure is dropping off too, but I don't know. It's hard to read into that just at first glance. Let me back this off a little bit. This does look like a very, very large topping formation to me. You know, the symmetry is not perfect on both sides with the shoulder for a shoulder, head, and shoulder. But we'll see how this plays out. Okay, so that's it on Qihoo. We'll keep on touch. We'll check back in next week unless there's a... the way I do this is unless there's a specific trade idea, say that 3 times real quickly, I will just check in on a routine basis. I'm trying to do this on a weekly basis. I need to go back and look at all of the videos that I've produced, make sure I'm in a decent cycle in here, trying to get to them on a regular basis. And there may be a few more that I need to produce on some of the stocks. All right, and then we're going to take a look at YOKU Tudou. In the last week, it's just dropped off a little bit. It's down in here. We're still in this symmetrical triangle, okay? And that's my best take on what it is. I mean, from a pure chart formation, it looks like a symmetrical triangle. From a Elliott wave formation, I'm not sure why I'm seeing a triangular formation in here at this point. If this is an A, B, C, and if we've done our corrective mode and we're trying to get something going in one, the only thing is this first wave in here, this first wave number 1, I'm calling it minor wave 1. The best wave count looks like some kind of leading diagonal in here with the overlapping. So I prefer to see more of the traditional 5 waves, but that's my best count. So we'll have to see if this breaks down, then this goes away. So, you know, I think the preferred approach right here is let's stick with the traditional technical analysis chart patterns. What we've got is a symmetrical triangle. If this breaks down below this trend line, then it's got, you know, fairly substantial further to go. What you'd do is you'd look at a parallel to this line, put it down from the beginning of the triangle, and project a move down here like this if this were to break. Okay, so we'll watch and see what happens. That's my best thought at the moment, and we will check back in a week. All right, this has been Joe for Beyond the Chart, and if you felt like the video was helpful and beneficial, please share it on social media. And if you're not a subscriber, subscribe. First name and email, just click the little red box on the screen and you'll be good to go. Download the PDF and you have access to the Trade Ideas webpage. So, all right, we will be back tomorrow with another update on Whole Foods, Valero, Solar City, and Tesla. Have a great Friday, everyone.